Hi, good people. This is Deborah. Let me read the disclaimer. All information provided on this channel is for educational purposes only, and this channel does not promote or encourage misuse of the information. But remember, your thoughts and our opinions are equally important in shaping our togetherness. I will use words that intended not to offend people, but to describe my point of view and how I see things. Take what resonates with you and what does not resonate with you, put it on the shelf or throw it away. See how Saturday work. Sunday, I tend to get cut off. So I'll just wait a little bit, see if people gonna come in from the chat room. Mm-hmm. It's raining over here. The storm somewhere. This happened the other day. It stormed, and then the sun popped out. I was laughing. It was so funny because it was looking like it was not going to rain at all that day. And then all of a sudden, it looked like the sun was not out all that day. Let's see. Oh. Hmm. Mm-mm. Didn't know that tab was there. I guess I just probably need to know exactly what is being done on YouTube. I guess I just need to pull up an instructions. Hi, Raquel. How you doing? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, good. I'm glad that you're here. I really don't have nothing to talk about. Not today. I wanted to see, since the last two times I came in on Sunday, uh, things start acting up on my on YouTube, I wanted to see was it going to do the same thing today since it's Saturday. And if it does not act up on Saturday, I guess Saturday will probably be the day for me to come rather than Sunday. I was watching a video that this guy did on natural Tahuti, and he, let's see, his YouTube channel is Meat Magazine, and let's see, it's Meat Magazine. Let's see. Okay, his channel is Meat Magazine, and I was watching his channel or watching a particular video because he was talking about natural Tahuti, and he actually made fun of natural Tahuti believing in a mother goddess. He made fun of natural Tahuti, um, talking about everything, and then he pretty much said, "Well, he's in jail now. He can't do any of those things because he was making fun of what natural Tahuti was saying." I thought it was. I'm sure this guy went to college and everything, and it amazes me how people can go through high school, go through college, and still be blind of the truth spiritually, but yet they are supposed to be spiritual beings. That is amazing to me, and I don't mean it amazing as in great. I mean amazing as in that don't even make sense to me. You he was literally making fun of natural Tahuti, and he doesn't understand where natural Tahuti. He may have been a street guy. Okay, well, a lot of street guys are spiritual, but and then he was explaining natural Tahuti went in prison because of some drug thing, and then while he was in prison, he said that uh, somebody allegedly somebody died from an overdose of something that came from natural Tahuti, which means he was going to get life in prison. But he was making fun of that. And he thinks that those of us that know that it was the mother that did the creation, he literally think we're going to go away. We're not going to go away because we know that in the beginning it was the mother. We know that. It's common sense. From the time you become a spiritual being or listening to your spiritual self, it's common sense that it is the mother, the great mother. Common sense. And it's common sense because the mother is a natural healer. The mother is a person that builds up, not destroy if she don't have to. But I'm talking about the mother. I'm not talking about those that call themselves mothers. I'm talking about the mother that knows herself, the mother that knows the mother that sits in her high self. She knows it's her job to build doesn't necessarily mean giving a person what they want. To build means you are going to give the person what they need. And sometimes what they need may not be what they want. But you know, as a mother, that's what they need. I'm talking about the great mother. She knows what a person needs. Uh, and that's just the way it is. And this guy, I felt he was clever enough not to show his face, and he stopped being on YouTube. I guess I'm gonna put his YouTube channel underneath here. He stopped being on YouTube. I guess it was in 2013, maybe 2017. But the point is, his whole content was about uh, those that are in the public's eye. Okay, good, good. I'm glad you made it in. You can respond. Um, but this guy, he really, I guess I just don't understand how people really get off on thinking that somebody is dumb and having an idea of what think or what people should have based off uh, this religion. If you are religion, then you're supposed to have a house, a car, a good job, making big money, and all that. The spiritual person would gravitate to um, the spiritual things. I remember I had already been studying the Bible doing this over 20 something years ago. And I remember someone bought the real estate package for me. Actually, my sister did. It was $300 at that time. I didn't have the money. And what happened was I chose to continue studying the religion aspects of it, and I just kept the package and didn't pursue it because my heart wasn't in it. My heart wasn't. I had already made some money. I made it and lost it, and so I was at the point of let me just continue in this religion. At that time, I'm not religious anymore, but at that time, religious are the people that understands the Bible literally. That's religious. Uh, those that believe in pastors or people preaching religious. Uh, that's religious. Um, I actually decided to continue pursuing that. And I realized that my heart wasn't in real estate. It wasn't. I was only going to do it because money was involved. I wasn't going to do it because my heart was in it. I was just a person that felt like I needed money. And I realized in this period that I'm in, what was more important for me was becoming the spiritual person that I am, and continue in that no matter what. And so that's what I tried to present on this channel. No matter what come your way as a person, no matter what people say to you as a person, no matter how dumb or stupid or ignorant people call you, just keep on persevering. If your focus is on the mother, the great mother, and you don't see evidence of the great mother, or you don't discern evidence of the great mother, I would say maybe that's not for you. But I have seen evidence in my journey. Like I said, I went from this Jesus, this Yahshua, uh, all the names that you can think of. I went through all the names. And so I'm at the Great Mother, and the Great Mother stands alone. She doesn't stand with nobody. I don't know why they come with this male and female. The female and male only exist down here. Duality only exists in the earth. Duality is not outside of the earth. It is amazing. They're always talking about Sirius. You go ask the Dogon tribe, do they know about Sirius? And it's funny, if you don't talk to people that call themselves Dogons, you're gonna think, and this is how it's spelled. Uh, you're gonna think that what these people saying about the Dogon tribe is true if you don't go and do an investigation yourself. And it's important to do investigating yourself, because there was a guy, he looked like he was from Africa. And it's funny, how does a person supposed to look when they look like they're from Africa? But he looked like he was from Africa, okay? And come to find out later, he was from Africa. He was from Nigeria. But what he was doing, he was going around and he made himself a way to the Dogon tribe. These people live in little huts. Let's see him plug this up. These people live in little huts, and the instead of grass is dirt, and there's no bathroom and none of that stuff. But that's how they live where he went, and they call themselves the Dogon tribes. And what was amazing, one of the questions that he asked, did they come from Sirius? That man didn't have a clue. He had not a clue and know nothing about no Sirius. But that's the lie that they told here in America, that the Dogon tribes came from Sirius. First of all, I know for a fact that women are the ones that came from the Great Mother. Okay? The women. The men were created down here in this earth. I don't know where they come up with all this, and this Anunnaki. There's a guy there, he's pushing Anunnaki. The Anunnaki story came from stitching. I told you about stitching, and then the second person that carried that story on, right into putting a 800-page book into it, was Malachi York. There is no such thing as the Anunnakis, okay? They never existed. It is some shit they put together because the men don't want to believe that they are a broken Y. A broken X. I can't say that enough. The men came from the women, period. And I have not seen so many people subscribe to the people want to subscribe to lies. That's what they want. They want lies. The more lies you give them, the more they gravitate to the lies. People want to be massaged. People wanted to be pampered in lies, because that's what they want. Because anything that's going to require them to work, they don't want to do it. They require that somebody else do the work for them, even though they do the work and then they put it together and then they lie about it. Then that's all right for them. And if they have to pay some money for it, they don't mind paying the money for the lies. And that's what I've been spending my time this week doing, is watching the lies of the holiday that they call, that just took place, the 4th of July. That let me tell you, that was about that was the second part of slavery. The 4th of July is, okay, and the in that part there were some slaves uh, uh, sold for a particular price, like on sale. You know how they have things on sale for their holidays? Well, the most contributors to that holiday and all holidays in America is those that call themselves blacks. And it just, I look at these people that call themselves black. You are the contributors to these holidays that kept your ancestors in slavery. That is crazy to me. I can't even see myself trying to come together with people that are focused like that. I went to the store on 4th of July to pick up an item, and the lines was just horrific. The people in the store was just horrific. I could not believe my eyes. I went to two stores. I went to Kroger and Publix, and they were both packed. How you gonna give energy to some days that people are celebrating because they enslaved you, but you're celebrating it more? And I hear some people say, well, we're not in slavery no more. That's a good way to celebrate, but it wasn't created for that. 4th of July was created for those that enslaved people. It wasn't created for the slaves to celebrate. It just amazing to me. And it's so sad. It's so sad that people put so much emphasis on these holidays. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Back in my days when I was working, I would utilize, hey, fool abroad, how you doing? Glad to see you. Back in my days, I used to utilize those holidays just to get off from work. Your Martin Luther King and your 4th of July and Labor Day and Christmas and November. Yeah, I used to celebrate them holidays. I didn't celebrate them. I used to just take off from work because I was still a studier of the Bible, and being a studier of the Bible, it taught you not to observe those holidays. And so I stayed that way. I even today I don't, because I went and researched and found out what those days actually meant. And it's amazing to me. It's amazing. And that's how you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be growing. You may go outward, as they say, exoteric. You may learn things outwardly, but when it comes to so many years, you should be learning stuff inwardly. And you're supposed to, if you went out first, you're supposed to be going in. Now, if you in, when you go out, you'll see the lies. You'll see what the lies are. When you outward, and sometimes that takes a while, you can't see the lies. But then when you go in, then you'll be able to see the lies. And that's okay, because some people are a little bit slower than others. Some people, their lives is dedicated to learning the esoteric versus the exoteric. Some people thought process is different from when they start learning esoteric. The thought process is different. I was talking to someone on yesterday, and they said something. They did something to me 4 years ago, and the person wanted me to talk to them because they had an issue and they wanted me to resolve that issue for them. And so I said to the person, I said, you need to I told the person, I said, you hurt me when you did this. And then the person said, that was a long time ago. It was a long time ago for you. But when you and I disconnected, it was still like yesterday to me. And so when I saw you, when I talked to you, I needed to get it off my chest. Don't tell people that was a long time ago because you hurted them. Listen to them because they still have what you did to them in their head or somewhere there on the back burner in their mind. You hurt them. It didn't bother you to hurt them, but it bothered them when you hurt them. And so instead of calling them to resolve a problem for you, because that's what you did years before, that doesn't mean that they forgot what you did to them. The same way if you were an alcoholic or if you were a drug abuser or if you was a thief and someone had not seen you in 10 years, the first thing they're going to come to you and say, Deborah, you still drink? Deborah, you still smoke? It's been 10 years. But I didn't do anything to hurt them, but they brought it up. I felt like I had a right to tell them, to say to them, you want me to help resolve a problem for you, but you're not going to come back apologizing to me? You should have automatically apologized to me because you know what you said or did to me 4 years ago. Now, I'm not going to let you off the hook like that because you have no right to always want me to help you out with your situations, which I didn't have a problem. But then at the same time, you did something to hurt me and you don't feel obligated to apologize to me. Because when you don't feel obligated to apologize to me about what you know you said to me and you want me to help you, you better be glad that the Most High, the great mother is in me. Because the natural person will not help you with shit because you hurt them. I go by my heart. I don't focus on nothing. I try not to focus on anything. But if it's something you did to me that hurt me, my attitude is you got some nerve. You got some nerve to pick up the phone, to call me, and to ask me to help you with something. You ain't spoke to me in 4 or 5 years, but you want to ask me to help you with a situation, and you can't say, I'm sorry, but you supposed to always, when you know you hurted somebody 4, 5, 6, 10 years ago, first of all, I want to say hi. The second thing I want to do is say, I know it's been 10 years ago, but I just want to tell you, I didn't mean to hurt your feeling. I'm sorry I hurt your feeling. And then let that person tell you, oh, girl, it's all right. But that's a person telling you that you hurt them, and you going to tell them that was years ago. Oh, that's a long time ago. But if I did the shit to you, I guaranteed you it wouldn't have been a long time ago. We must take ownership. I just think it's so important to take ownership. Take ownership of what you do. But let me jump back over to I put out a video about the election. And I wanted us to get into talking about the election. What you guys think about the election? I had never experienced, for all the years that I've been here in this earth, I have never experienced a candidate that's running for president act the way Trump has acted all these years. This guy has not been president, but yet he's been in the public's eye being accused of things that he say he didn't do, and yet he goes into uh having a debate with the president. Now that's crazy to me. That's real crazy. I remember a time they used to lock people up for even mentioning the president's name. They stopped doing that. Well, maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I just find it really a bit too much for Trump to have acted the way he has acted for these few years that he has been acting as a nominee. You know, it just it's too much. And then they've been rolling the video about Trump saying that he hate them too. And the people that he said he hate them, he was talking about black people. Now, this was when he was younger. They've been rolling that tape everywhere. You know, I will encourage people that are spiritual. You don't need to be violent. All you need to do is to go into your spiritual self, because that's what they don't want you to know. Your power is within. And within that power is what you need to do whatever you need to do. You don't have to be out there in the streets. You don't have to go to the streets. They've been showing you over and over. Go watch the video, not video. It's called this. That's one of them. The second one is, I just saw one. What was the name of it? I just saw the one last night. This right here. Just saw that last night. And Vivica Fox played in that one. Go see that movie. It's actually on YouTube. You know, they show you the power within you by playing it out themselves. You know, they know that you can call us Anunnakis, you can call it, there was no group called no Anunnakis, but the original people were the people with the power. That was us. And the thing of it is, they show you constantly who you are. But most people want to stay on the outside, the exoteric thinking, want to stay on the outside, because I'm not sure it's because you're afraid of yourself or what. But esoterically, you know who you are. And you'll be shown the power within yourself. And you don't have to do all that they have been doing. They have been doing everything that they can. If you've seen the movie, what is her name? The girl that set the place on fire with her eyes, Carrie. Carrie is the power that's in you. That power is in you. Lucy, they showed you Lucy. They have been showing you through TV stories forever and a day. And yes, fire starter. And they still, those of you that are spiritual still don't understand the power. Don't be afraid of it, because it's in you. You see, and because they are afraid of it, they know what that power is. And they have been playing around trying to ignite that power. And trust me, they're going to get it. And they're going to get it at the appropriate time, because we're tired of all this crap that they're doing down here. It makes no sense whatsoever, this stuff. And y'all hear me talking. I ain't going to keep bringing it up, but you'll hear me talking about it all the time. All the time. Fool Abroad says she loved the movie Lucy. Well, Lucy is those that was originally here. That's who she is. The goo. The black, I think it was called the black goo. That is the people that were originally here. That's still here. Fool Abroad said, I heard that we have the power to summon things like earthquake. That's what's happening. Every time you get mad, when you get mad about something, you're creating a tsunami. You're creating thunder and lightning. You're creating rain. You're creating these things. You have to pay attention to what you're doing. There are those down here that think that it's happening with them. They don't have the power. Remember I talked some time ago about knowledge and power. There are plenty of people down here with that knowledge, but they don't have the power. The power, the knowledge that you have is no good without the power. When the power is connected to the knowledge, shit happens. You got to pay attention. And that's why I think the last time I talked, I said you need to try it. Think about it. Start thinking things and watch it manifest itself. Start thinking things. That's you out there creating the volcanoes. That's you out there creating the fires. That's you out there. There's a movie out there that they made, that they put together. Every time this person was thinking something, I think it was a little girl. But every time she was thinking something, things happened. It wasn't her. They play out in these movies what power is in us. They play it out. So Fool Abroad says, so does the black goo actually represent the original people? Yes, it represents the substance that's in the original people, the people with the power. They know that. It's funny how they took the dope. Inside of our body, we have some stuff that look like that black goo. And that stuff is what the power, if it goes into the proper place in our body, it will ignite and do some shit. I've been saying this in so many videos. I've been saying it in as many ways that I can possibly say it. What movie was called? Because I remember something like that. I can't remember. I had a notepad somewhere where I put down all the videos that's out there. I got stacks of stuff. You can see me right behind me. I got stacks of stuff, and I don't know where it is, but it's out there. You know what you can do, Raquel? You can type in what movie had whatever you want, what you think of, and sometimes the internet will give it to you. You know, sometimes. Yeah, and see if that'll work. Because I don't, most of the time, that's why I use notepads all the time. It's so much to know. It's so much to think about. And so what I do, I go ahead on and use my notepads. You know, that's why when I have downloads, if I get up at 2:00 in the morning, I grab the notepad, as sleepy as I be, and write everything down, because I'm not going to remember it. When I go back and lay down and get back up, I'm not going to remember it. So how I remember it, I have to write it down. I use my notepad for everything. Yeah, it don't give a damn how much knowledge you can have. Let me tell you something. I go to certain people's channel and they have that knowledge. Ain't no power shooting through those that channel. No power. None whatsoever. And you can tell if you have the power with yourself, you can feel the energy coming from these people in these videos. I keep saying it, I can't say it enough. The energy, nothing stops energy. Nothing. It's invisible and it does nothing stops energy. Nothing. It goes through anything and everything. And all you have to, there's some videos out there that actually show you how you can do certain exercises to know whether you have the energy in you or not. That's certain exercises. One of them that I do like this. I do my hands like this, and I do my hand, I do my hand like this, and I do it for maybe 20 minutes or so. And then I do it like this, like that for a minute. And then I put my hand like this, and you can feel the energy. You can feel the energy moving in between your hands. So you know you got energy. Well, I would like to have the knowledge and be able to apply the power from within and without. Well, it has to come from the mother, and only you know whether or not you have the power or not. That's how it works. There's so many down here that don't have it. They have the knowledge, but they don't have the power. So they hang around people that do have the power because they can feel the power coming off these people. And then what they do, they try to manipulate these people and utilizing that power to help them. If I say something like, everybody down here need to be wealthy. Now, I just made that statement. Now, me saying that, I'm saying even the crooked ones down here need to be wealthy. That's not a good statement for me to make. But they will manipulate you into saying that so they can stay wealthy. So, what I want to say is that those that have the power, that have the energy that came from the mother, the great mother, be wealthy. Because I know everybody ain't came from the people that came from the great mother are the ones that's probably down here doing a whole lot of suffering. They're probably the ones that's not rich. They're probably the ones that's suffering in many areas of their lives. Why? Because they've been frightened into not utilizing or going inside themselves. I don't know. It looks like this thing may be trying to freeze up on me. Hopefully it don't. I don't know why it does that. So it has to be YouTube. Oh no, I don't have one talking about Sirius. The only thing I know, Raquel, about Sirius, I don't really know Sirius, a place itself. It could be just the blackness out there. I just know that, as far as I'm concerned, right above it used to be, we used to be able to see the stars. We don't see them no more. I don't see them here in Atlanta anyway. I haven't seen stars in quite a few years, but Sirius could be the atmosphere out there. above that. Yeah. It don't necessarily, I personally don't see Sirius as a particular place like Earth is. I honestly do not feel that there is other planets. I feel like they made them all up. uh, for some reason, you have to be careful when you're listening to these conscious community guys, because most of them are patriarchals. Patriarchals are those that don't give a flip about the woman, and they don't give a flip about the children. So you got to use your discernment when you're listening to them jokers, because they are big time liars, all of them, because they created to lie. And then when you find one that makes fun of the mother, uh, being a mother, a great mother, when you find that joker making fun, he better be careful these days, because and I hate to use Bobby Hemmett as an example, but Bobby Hemmett said the most ugly thing, and that was one of his last videos almost. He said that I'm so high up to I fuck the goddess Kali. When he said that, that's when he had his stroke. That's when he couldn't talk. Now, this is my third time saying this, and I'm saying this because I know that there are going to be guys watching this video, which I don't care. You better be careful in this time period, because you think the great mother don't exist. Oh, she exists, and she's existing through her people. And if you come up against any of her people, she gonna deal with you. So you better be careful, because she is the generator, the operator, and the destroyer inside of her people. So you just better be careful. And I had to use Bobby because Bobby shouldn't have never said that. They use Bobby to get books purchased. When you sit up there and talk a lot of books, I'm sure he was getting them for free. Or if he wasn't getting them for free, he was getting them for a price off. They don't put the truth too much in the books. They lie all the time. That's what they do. They lie, and they attitude. They teach you when you're in college. They sit up there and tell you, if you can't see it confirmed by the book, proof, proof of it by the book, then it's not true. What's not truth is every damn thing they put in the books. That's what's not truth. Fool Brown said, Kali Ma is not a goddess to play around with. Like, oh, exactly. Just think about it, fool abroad. If you got babies, you got children, just think about it. If you had somebody to mess with your baby, how were you? I'm sure you were like a Kali Ma. You understand what I'm saying? Because we have her in us. We have her in us. And I'm not lying to you. Anybody that ever watched, I didn't watch all his videos. I did watch a few of them. And I happened to watch the one when he said that. I don't know what was the name of it. I haven't been back since. I don't know what's the name of it, but he said that out of his mouth. And the next thing I heard, a couple of days, 3 days later, he had a massive stroke and couldn't talk. You can play all you want to, but you don't play with the great mother. Not in this period, you don't. Oh, don't be giving out warnings. Let them catch those motherly hands. Oh, yeah. See, I usually don't do that. I usually talk to the mother by myself. But see, they don't understand. The mother energy is in all her children. And if you come up against her children, she don't play. She chastises her children when they need chastisement. But when you come up against her child, she gonna deal with you. Don't get it damn twisted. Fool Abroad said, I can't remember if you did a video on this, but how did we go from the earth being full of the originals to having all these hybrids now? Because they've been gene slicing. When you go and see that movie, Crossbreed, that's what I'm saying, Crossbreed, and it's on YouTube. You're going to put two and two together. You're going to see they letting you know that they crossbreed just about a lot of things. Okay, let's look at what they call that when they take the egg out of the, when they lie to these women and tell these women that they might want to freeze some of their eggs because they're getting older and they can save the egg. And these girls don't even know if that's what they see. That's a part of that's a part of slicing. That's a part of hybrid slicing, because I'm sure they ain't giving them girls back their eggs. Anyway, if you take the egg out from its natural state, it ain't gonna do what it's supposed to do anyway. You're taking it out of, and then it's not supposed to be out of. You're not supposed to put one in either. It's coming from its natural state of doing. You know, you gotta be careful to the garbage that you listen to. I see so many, and it's funny how like the people on the people in Hollywood, they love to walk around with stomach showing. Those are not real stomachs. They pretending to show you it's a baby bump. They gotten so good now. Hair, you seen the hair that they have pretending is a hair scalp. That's how good they've gotten. They are doing gene slicing all over the damn place. I guaranteed you, those girls in Hollywood, ain't no telling what them things is. Them things in Hollywood, I remember clearly a particular star, well, singer, what she did when she first got pregnant. Hold up, that's not true. When they said she was pregnant, what she did, she turned sideways and poked her stomach out, pretending like she was pregnant. Okay. Then at the same time, her man was seeing somebody else, and then all of a sudden, the girl had a baby, and that girl died, and then all of a sudden, that female had a child, but there was no real pregnancy there. Then there was a video that I saw where she sat down and the baby bump itself moved out of place. Now I bust out laughing. Now my son showed me, because he take videography. He takes that in his class, and he showed me where cameras can play tricks, and he showed that to me. So I know cameras can play tricks. So Fool Abroad says, and it sounds like a lot of hybrids were created so that they could be slaves control. That's what I'm saying. And then the saddest thing is, the reason why some women want to get pregnant and then they can't get pregnant is because they probably sleeping with a hybrid. Hybrids don't look no different than us, and they come in different colors. You're thinking you're looking at something that that's real, and it's not, and you're sleeping with a hybrid. Yeah, I know you know who I'm referring to, but yeah, and it's sad. And a lot of them are like that. See, they get on these TVs and they show you the baby bumps. They're not pregnant. They show you the baby because a lot of them are transgenders. I mean, it's simple to be able to see a transgender. You should be able, as a woman, you should be able to know the difference between a transgender and a woman. You should be able to know the difference. You know, and the thing of it is we need to pay attention to stuff. I remember there was a girl, what was her name? When I first found out about the Moors, that the lie that they were saying when they said that we were everybody in America that was black was Moors. I didn't That lie didn't work with me at all. I knew that was a cover up for all the crookedness that they did. So they want to say every black person in America was a Moor, which I knew was a lie. But anyway, there was a young lady that was a part of that group. She worked on etymology. I can't remember her name. I did watch a couple of videos that she did, and she said she was in California, and she was standing talking to a girlfriend of hers, and she said something came up, and she could feel it, but she was saying that it looked at human, it acted human, but when she felt it, it wasn't human. So the point is, the only way you're going to know the difference is that you have to be spiritual, because you're not going to be able to know the difference at all. Yeah. Yeah, that okay, lace front is what they call the red hair. Okay. Hi Karan, how you doing? So with advanced clone methods, they can create anybody so perfect that no one what's real fake. Also create a holographic event to create their perceptives of apocryphy. You know what? They had, remember when they were doing holograms for Michael Jackson. I think they did a hologram for TLC. Um, they did holograms of animals at the malls and stuff. Matter of fact, I think that if they didn't take them down, they's probably still up there. They can do that. I wouldn't be surprised that they're doing it right in the sky. And it just amazes me. We got to wake up, people. We got to wake up to knowing we don't have to put a gun in our hand. We can control it with our thoughts. We don't have to take any type of weaponry. We can control it here. If we can control weather, which we do, if we can control anything down here, we can control what they do and what they think they're going to do. We can do that. We don't have to be afraid of the power. The power was how you think the great mother deals with them. She deals with them through us. That's how the great mother deals with us. You just have to wake up to knowing what it is that you need to do and what you should be doing. They're nothing to be afraid of. They try to intimidate, you know. They try to intimidate. They will even try to come and hurt somebody else next to you. But they can't do it no more. So if they come trying to do anything, it's protected now. It's too late. They should have did it a long time ago. It's too late now. They can't do nothing. All they can do is listen. And they know by now, all of us that belong to the great mother, we're not afraid of shit. And we know about the physical body. When it's time for us to go from this physical body, we will go. And the great mother is the controller of that, not man. Mankind has led you to believe that they have power. They don't have no power. They have been using the spiritual children to keep them surviving. That's what they've been doing. But the spiritual children are waking up. And I've said to you, the spiritual children are across the board now. They are not just one little skin tone. They're in different skin tones. I really appreciate your live video chat. Thank you for your time. And I thank you guys for being here. And I thank you for taking the time to seek out stuff for yourself, because that's what's important. You know, we don't have to do all that. We don't have to do all what they do. They know that man himself has been destructive to this earth. And all the women have done is tried to be there for man. But we can't keep being there for man when he keep on doing what he doing. He's not getting any better. And then the ones, they want you to think that Avion is running things down here. That Avion, I would not be surprised. Just like the Wizard of Oz, and it just came to me yesterday. Just like the Wizard of Oz, they thought the Wizard of Oz was this big. Now, Dorothy was a representation of the spiritual woman. That's who Dorothy is. Okay? When they pulled the curtain back, who did they find? Some little short Abion. Okay? That's what they found. I would not be surprised. They keep telling you that some, Goldfinger, Rockefeller, keep talking about them people being the richest, whatever in the earth. I would not be surprised if the mother rolls the damn curtain back, that the people running this planet or think they're running this planet is black. Straight black. Wouldn't be surprised at all. It would not shock me at all if I had to pick, because I'm gonna be honest with you. They know the stuff. They always know. When they went around here destroying the matriarch, see, they want you to think that the wars that they talk about in the Bible, was between the matriarchals and the patriarchals. The patriarchals was when they talk about the Son of God, the God is the great mother. The God is the great mother. When they talk about the sons of God, that was the great mother. Jealousy. Look at them today. Same thing, a lot of them, they jealous. Why? I don't know. There's no reason to be that way. They're the ones. That's why it was easy for them to go around the entire planet, taking people's resources and taking their land. He took the resources and he took the land. And he bullied the women because they were nothing but patriarchals all over this damn planet. I'm just surprised that they want to make it all Africa. Everything didn't come from Africa. And I don't know why Africans want to take the credit when there was matriarchals all over this damn planet. It's clear, you can still see it. But that's what they did. To me, when you fight a woman, when you hit a woman, you're a damn punk. You're a punk. The gay people are not sissy. You a sissy. You are a punk and a sissy to be hitting a woman. Because that's something you do have. You have more strength than the woman. But when you hit the woman, you are a damn punk. And that's what I see you as. I have to keep plugging this computer up. But that's what they were doing. They were going around the planet doing what they're doing. And what was so funny about them, they were black. They were black. They're the ones that taught the Abians, the Caucasian race. They, black Africans, taught the Abians, which is the Caucasian race. They did that. Okay? They taught them to steal, cheat, rob, abuse, rape, mistreat. They taught them all that. And they sit their ass behind the scene wanting us to believe that it's the Abion that did all this. No, we're not stupid. The mother let us know what time it is. The Africans are the ones that did that. They're the ones that went against the matriarchal system. If you look around and pay attention from a spiritual standpoint, you can see the world is going backwards. It's going to go back to the matriarchal. But before it get to the matriarchal, there's going to be a war. And the war is the matriarchals are going to win. And mama ain't playing with your damn asses. That very thing that you were afraid of is coming. And it's sad, you know how you give a person an opportunity, you know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And you give them an opportunity to straighten their act up and they don't do it. They still want to act like little badass children. Oh, mama ain't gonna do nothing. She ain't gonna do nothing. Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Because this was paradise. It was paradise until the men, the patriarchals, got together and decided to start destroying. They can't do nothing without fighting and hurting and causing pain. And I'm not talking about those men that's not patriarchals. I'm talking straight about patriarchals and them females that support the patriarchal system. So Fulabra says, I also heard that the original matriarchals were all over the world. They were, but America was the last place that the patriarchal tried to take over. Yes, this is the land of milk and honey. America is the land of milk and honey. This was the most fertile place in the entire planet. So Fulabra said they still trying to subdue America, but this is still the land of the mother. Raquel said, I bet I'd be glad and hopeful real soon in my lifetime. I'm hoping she does it in my lifetime too, because I used to speak years ago. I want to see what the end is going to be. And damn it, if we ain't close to the end. So Kiran says, because the patriarchal ain't part of the true great mother, and they want a patriarchal universe instead of a matriarchal universe, they are hungry for that power no matter what. And I know they're not trying to give up shit, but it ain't gonna matter because it's gonna happen anyway. You think you have power because the mother allowed you to do all this damn damage that you've done to people all across the world, especially the females, the women in the world, all across the cultures. And you know, I see women from other cultures that they walk around frowning and shit. I'm like, why you're pretty? Why you frowning like that? They're frowning because they're tired of the misuse, the abuse. They're tired of that. So and it's gonna something is going to happen because of that. We're tired of all that. It ain't even necessary. Can't just have fun without doing some damage. Shit, my kind of fun is playing some spades. My kind of fun is playing some checkers. Some people kind of fun, let's go kill somebody. Some people kind of fun, let's go rape somebody. Some people kind of fun, let's go rob somebody. What the heck? You know, what people call fun. And it's funny because you can look at them and tell. You already know who they are. Just by if they see an old lady walking down the street and she fall and hurt herself and they start laughing, that right there tell you what type of person they are. If you see an old lady walking down the street and they going to help that old lady, then you know. I'm the type of person I will cuss your ass out right now. And if you fall, I'm gonna pick your ass up. I don't hold grudges, but I say what I have to say. And the helping is gonna be there regardless, whether you did me wrong or not. It's there. And I promise you, if the mother hadn't put it there, I'd be like the rest of the people. I wouldn't give a damn either. But you can't make yourself be something you ain't. Okay, says only people happy is the Latino race and those that claim to be Latino descent and the migrants, in our opinion, or in your opinion. Some people ain't happy. But I wouldn't be surprised they become the next people that will be the ruling people before we get to the matriarchals. Before we get to the matriarchals. Because in matriarchal, there are no rulers. There is no hierarchy. It's just straight building. People are helping each other. That's what it is. You know, so I just looking at what I see now, I see the working people in Atlanta here, they're Latino people. You know, they even I remember a time when the Latinos wouldn't even put their money in the banks, and they used to come together, maybe 10 or 15 people staying in one bedroom apartment. That's how they were. You see, but they've gotten bigger now. Now they're buying houses and stuff. You see, they're different. I remember when I was young, uh, the so-called black people, many were housed in one place. I remember that because that's how it was for me and my family. We were housed in one place, but I don't think it was no happiness. Looking at the Latino people, they seem very close to helping one another. I go to their stores; they got a whole community. When you go to black people are the only people in this world, in America, that don't have a community to themselves. Everybody's in their community. You don't see entrepreneurs there. You don't really see them helping nobody. And then they want to hold on to stuff when they work for other people. They want to hold on to stuff instead of helping people. It just amazing to me. Corinne says I play video games and watch cartoon because I'm not trying to make war, rape. I did in my past like other bad males. Well, I appreciate you, Corinne, and I appreciate you coming on sharing your truth because, like I said, I'm not talking to every male because I know there's some good males out there, but there's a whole lot of bad ones out there too. Raquel says on some of their birth certificate paperwork, they put white. They've been buying houses in the South. Right? They do stick together and help each other. Let me tell you something. Who put Jen K, since you brought that up, Raquel, it ain't just them put white. A lot of the fraternity sorority put the word white as the color of their skin too, and that's how they benefit from stuff. I know about that, but I don't do that, and I don't claim black because I'm not. Um, I always select other, because they don't have a choice I like, so I always select other, you know. and and I remember those that call themselves Moors. I remember they said if you were considered colored, colored was the mix. They called them the people that they call. Let's see. I think it's spelled that way. That way, colored. I think that was the mix. The so-called black and Caucasian mix. I think that's what they call that. They had and then they had some people have black on their birth certificate. Some people have uh, colored on there. I think the Negroes probably are the ones that was the real people here in America. I think the ones that are black, I think those that are black, I think the ones that are black are Africans. That's just my theory, y'all. Hey, Miss Maria, how you doing? She says, I am Mexican heritage, not Latino, because I am not Latin, not Hispanic, because I am not from Spain. Thank you. You know what? You just told me something about Spain. And I told people that about Spain. Thank you for sharing that. Raquel said, patriarchal system ruling. Maria said, the reason my birth certificate says white. I totally love you. I love you too. I love everybody that is for the right thing. Yeah, the Spaniards, my thing about the Spaniards, they talk about them being the colonizer. Here's what a lot of people don't know. When they talk about the different languages, in my mind, there's no such. If you are a Spaniard, that means you're from Spain. You don't talk Spanish, you talk Latin. And everybody that came here on them boats and shit, they were Latin. They spoke Latin. And that was them Africans as well. Now, I don't know what other kind of language but those that came on them damn ships and shit, they spoke Latin. And they try to make you think the Latino people that's here in America are the ones that was on them boats. Don't believe that shit. Don't believe that those ones that spoke the Latin that they talk about, them things were black or mixed. They tried to make you hate the ones that are here. I ain't had no problem with Latinos. I'm gonna be honest with you. No problem. My problem that I have, that when some Africans, not all, when some Africans come here to America, they give them businesses here. And I believe they give them businesses because of the treaty that they made with them. And then you got people that are already, you know what's so funny? Let me read some of y'all comment because y'all know I can go on. Okay, Maria says the Europeans, the whites, said if your people stay here, they have to be white. Yeah, I believe that. But they're not white, though, Maria. I don't call them white. They were called Albions. I can't call anybody white down here because there's nobody pure. As far as I know, the word white means pure. There is no whites down here. There is no blacks down here. The reason why I use the word black, which I don't like using, is because that's what they label themselves. But I do believe they made several treaties. I read some of them. And they made several treaties with the foreigners here because there was a one period. The one period was the colonizers made it so to the point where if you were a citizen, you became a citizen because you were a foreigner. All foreigners were made citizens. Okay. And then when they talk about getting rid of the Constitution, it ain't for you anyway that was already here in America. And then that's why I did that video, just did that video. I put the information there for you to go and read it. But when you go and look at UCC, you will see how they broke down what they did. They conquered a spot. They moved the people. Then they gave them a different title. Then they conquered this spot. They moved the people. And then they gave them a different title. And they went around the world doing that. So when you go and look at these locations, they have moved people out of these locations that wasn't there originally. That's and they came that they got that. The mother ain't happy with that. That's not how you do that. And then when these people come together in America, got people hating each other for what? Because of some shit they did? That's what they did. And they think that somebody, yes, the Black Panther, you said the Black Panther were a great help with that? Of course they were. Who you think is Muslims now? The Black Panther didn't go away. They set their asses under the Muslims. That's who the Muslim is. I went one day I said, I want to feel like I want to associate myself with some people, because I stay in the house all the time. And I went there. Them people packed me down like I was a damn prisoner or somebody. And I went in there. And they treated me like shit as an older woman. Now, this just happened. I'm 67 now. This was when I was 60. 7 years ago. You think I want to be affiliated with nastiness like that? And I know those people don't belong to the mother. So Maria says, when they tried to say Mexicans had to the Mexican school and not the white pardon mean by the Mendez versus Westminster. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I know who them jokers is. I know who all of they are. Every last one. And you can tell because you can tell based off the energy. That's why I tell people you can say what you want to say out your mouth. I'm going by your damn energy. I'm not going by, and it's in the words too. Certain words people can say, and you already know. And I ain't gonna lie, like sometimes when I used to go around some Caucasians, they would say stupid shit like, I got a friend that's black. I don't want to hear that dumb ass shit. Why you even need to talk about you got a friend that's black? You're the one inferior. I'm not inferior. I've never been intimidated or inferior to no damn body down here. I've always been in my own little old damn circle. And my family can tell you that. My mama even used to say, you the only child that I got like that. Because I've never been intimidated or inferior to anybody. I say what I want to damn say, and that's just that. And I don't care what you think you are. Maria says, when they tried to say, did I read that one? I did. Okay. All right. And she said the Black Panthers were a great help with that. Okay. All right. Wait, the Black Panthers were actually anti-black. Wow. Yeah. Listen, let me tell you something about the Black Panther foolabrawl. The Black Panthers, probably 9 times out of 10, are African descent. And I'm talking about, I'm not saying all African people are bad. I'm not saying that. But there is a certain tribe of them that comes from that gene pool that is Black Panther. And I noticed, because I pay attention to all of them, they call it the they call it the Pan-Hellenic. You can put it up. You can put it up on there. It gives you, they call themselves the Divine Nine. The Divine Nine, yes. They call themselves the Divine Nine. They sit under fraternities and sororities who they're, and it's funny because now you're hearing some of those stars, those so-called movie stars, say shit like, oh, my ancestors is from Nigeria. Even Obama tells you that. You know what I'm saying? And so they letting you know that they had a treaty going on. That treaty is underlined, supposed to be hidden, but yet it ain't hidden. So what they doing, they've been bringing in the ancestors, those children that came after those that was a part of that treaty, bringing them here in America, giving them what the heck they want, and then the ones that's suffering are the ones that was originally here. And they got the damn nerve to sit and take your shit and then turn around and rent it to you. Because if you got a house and you ain't paid for that land, you are still renting. You are not purchased anything. You are renting. Okay? Do understand that. Oh, I know about the Zionists. The learned Brotherhood of Zion. That's who they are. I know all about them. Matter of fact, I did a video on them some time ago, and I took that down because they said there was no such paper. I have the goddamn book where they put in the book what they was going to do, and they've been doing it too. Straight from Russia. Straight from Russia. But that last piece of plan that they talking about, it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. We're tired. We gave them the time to do what they do. Oh, you got the manuscript, Maria, so you know what I'm saying is true. And that's sad. Everybody don't share their wickedness. You can't look at somebody by the color of their skin and say, hey, we don't like them, we hate them. No, you better get into that damn energy. You better get into that energy. Because I guarantee you, when I walk places, people turn around. I assure you they do. Wherever I go, even the damn dog turns his ass around. So I know what kind of energy I carry. And don't let me be mad. And I try not to be mad. Because if I get mad, you're going to get some Kali Ma energy. So Maria says she has the manuscript. That's good. Oh, she ain't going to be able to show the book, Raquel. Maybe, Maria, if you can you hook up with Raquel and maybe y'all can communicate and you get the book to her or show her where she can get it from? because Miss Raquel likes to read stuff. So we got to help her out so she can get the stuff. It's called the something Zion, um, the Brotherhood of Zion or something like that. Okay, you see that, Raquel? She says send her a message and y'all can go from there. Yeah, help each other. That's what we're here for. We're here to help because we're not trying to do that shit. We're not trying to do that. You know, it's amazing. I had to I was looking at they talk about our set. No, this is the word diva. I hear so many women call themselves diva. But when you take that word diva, it takes us back to diabolus. But anyway, it goes back to the female. And the ones that they were calling demons are the females or the oracles. All the women were oracles back then. And they were calling them demons. And they stupid because what they did stuff, they put stuff in the book, in this Bible, but they messed up by saying wisdom was Sophia, which I think Sophia is a Greek word, wisdom. But they messed up and they put it right there in Jeremiah, in the book of Jeremiah, the 44th chapter of Jeremiah. And the Jeremiah sounded like a goddamn Mason trying to tell the women that tell the husband to tell the women stop worshiping the mother. And then them girls came back and told them, well, since we've been worshiping the mother, we've been getting treated with everything that we need and we're good. You see? And that's what they've been doing. They have been killing people, destroying people, trying to make people worship the light. They're just like I told y'all the other week about that lady that I went to, that she called herself a Jew. She called herself a Jew. And that's when I was hanging out with the so-called Jews, trying to do their Sabbaths and shit like that. And went to her house, and you know they don't do they only eat goat meat. I don't eat no goddamn goat. I was eating the pig every now and then, not too much, but I was eating the pig. And the pig is one of the nastiest animals down here. It eats anything. But anyway, so I wasn't eating meat either, Maria. But that particular day, I went downtown to get me some vegetable. They didn't have nothing but some meat. So it was a pig meat. And I had to eat. The heifer got mad with me because I bought the damn pig. We woke up the next morning. The little witch did not fix me no breakfast. She fixed the girl's breakfast. And me and the girl argued all the way back up the road because it was in Tennessee and I live in Atlanta. And she argued with me trying to make me worship this food. I don't worship people. The same girl, this guy, he was in charge of he was called himself a Jew. And he said that he had asked the girl and her husband to come down and sing for him at some ceremony they had. And this man had this big ass house and he had them sleeping on the floor. And she woke up to the damn dog in her face. I'm like, you stupid. You go worshiping these people. Talking about, well, the truth is sitting with them. All the truth down here that we supposed to have is sitting with them. She talking about the Jews. No. Your damn Bible tell you that they are the synagogue of Satan. Okay? It tells you that. Them people, when I say them people were wicked as hell, them people cared about nothing but money. That's all. And they hated so-called black people. They hated them. And I saw them. He told me one day, he said, them cigarettes gonna give you cancer. And I told him, I said that, and that shofar that you blowing gonna blow your lip up in the morning. Sure enough, his ass got up the next morning. He had a blowed up lip. You know what I'm saying? Then he messed around and had a stroke, and now he's dead. But the point is, you better be careful who you come messing with. You just need to stop. Because there's some people down here that don't mind fucking you up. Okay? And you can ask Fool the Broad. Fool the Broad will tell you, Miss Arset, she said don't come with them hands. She get to talking about them hands. See, I don't do that too much. But I don't like what's going on down here right now. Because it's not right. It's not fair to a lot of innocent people down here. It's wrong taking the people from the different cultures and try to get them to hate each other because of some shit they got going on. I'm talking about a certain type of African males that call themselves Moors, Pan-Hellenic. I'm talking about them things. And I'm talking about them females that follow them. And I'm talking about those that call themselves rulers of the. You ain't no damn ruler. You definitely ain't one now. And you think taking stuff away from the people is gonna cause people to suffer? If you think the original people are going to be destroyed, what do you think gonna happen to you? Going down under some damn bunkers underground ain't gonna save y'all asses. It ain't gonna happen. You got to go. You were given too much time to do things right and you didn't. You were greedy. You took things that was here put on this earth for everybody, and you took it and gave it to a few people, and then you turned around and made a whole lot of people suffer for pennies. And you think you're going to get to stay? No. No. Then you tried to get people to think they all came from Africa. And them poor people walking around here thinking they're from Africa when they are right from here. You brought Babylon here. You took Lucy from the Grand Canyon. Talking about you got Lucy from Africa. No, the fuck you didn't. All our shit is right there in the Grand Canyon. And it's funny, you talk about the Nile River. The Mississippi River is the goddamn longest river in the entire world. Taught us all them damn lies. Yes, I know they're the immigrants. They're the immigrants. And then you try to stop those people from coming over the border. That's not right. People should be able to go anywhere they can. And then they have the nerve to take some shit that's free and make us pay for it. Water is free in this earth, but we pay for it. And as one of them assholes said, we're drinking shit water now. That's what he said. We're drinking shit water. And the food don't even last. That ain't no damn food. It don't even last. The vegetables used to last for at least 3 or 4 days. That shit look like magnets in 2 days. And that's what you put in your body. That's why I encourage you to clean yourself out. You gotta clean yourself. Because it affects every part of your body. That's why people hair falling out. That's why people's skin looking bad. That's why all kinds of shit is breaking out on your skin. That's why your breath smells bad. That's why your vagina, when you sit on the toilet, it smells bad. Because that's shit we eating and drinking. I know. Nothing is going to save them. Because even people that have put up with their shit is tired of their shit. And they say, I'm going to be honest with you. When I saw them guys, and I said this before, I used to go to the grocery store in the albinos areas. I lived there for quite a few years, but I don't stay there now. But I used to go there to the grocery store. They putting shit in their grocery stores now. So they don't care about you either. They have set in this mind that they're going to take over the earth and the earth belongs to them. And earth. See, the problem is with them, they let them damn Africans make them think that they're going to forever have the earth ruling the earth. No, they told you some lies. Your shit is up. You're not going to be able to, and then flying drones all over the place, trying to keep up with the original people, trying to see what they're going to do. You ain't going to be able to stop them. You ain't going to be able to stop them. What you going to do? What, you going to shoot them with a gun? You can't kill nothing but the physical body. Because if you shoot them and they become, and their spirit is there, and they get to roam in this earth for 40 days, you fucked. You are fucked. Because when they become spirit, they're much more powerful. And I know people are afraid of this stuff, but it's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to be afraid of. Once you get to know yourself and know who you are and know what you need to be doing, that's what's up. So Maria says, do you know if there is any way to achieve a Iredale title when purchasing land? No, I don't know that. That's the problem that they have done to us. For us, it took them about 100 years to put this shit together, to take people's land. It took them that long to do all the paperwork and what have you. I feel this, Maria, that the creatress is going to take care of all that. All those that belong to the creatress, she's going to take care of all that. They ain't going to be able to keep nothing. Nothing. Because they're not going to be able to rest with nothing that they've taken. They see those years that they took what they took and was able to enjoy that's not what's going on now. They're really scared. They're really scared. And then they got Trump walking around here acting like a real fool. And he's a distractor. But don't stay caught up with Trump, because Trump is not the one. He's a distracted person. He's one that because you got to understand, there's a video out there that showed that I heard Obama say Trump is going to be your next president. Now, that's when Trump became the next president. If I find that video, it's still up. I'm going to put it right here so you see that. But in that arena, you're not voting for the president. They are selecting who the president is going to be. They already know who's going to be the president. They already know. When you go and vote is this. That's what goes on with you. Okay, that's what happened. They want your energy. They want your energy, and they don't give a damn about the ones that don't have no power. The energy that they want is the ones that have the power. It's thundering real bad right now. And I know that lets me know that the creatress is right on our side. Law of the sea, yeah. If you can't, let me see, can I find the Black Law Dictionary? If I can find the Black Law Dictionary, then I'll put it up, I put it underneath this video. I put what I can underneath this video that I can think of, if they have it on PDF. And I'm not gonna lie to you, there's been stuff that I put on the videos and went back out there to look at it. It got gone. They remove the stuff as soon as you find it, but they stick stuff underneath words. They stick stuff underneath words, and because you have the power in you, when you speak it, you make that shit manifest. You make it come to pass. Come to pass. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they do. They do some editing too. They go back and change shit. Um, Something as simple. You may think something as simple as, what is that word? You may think that word there is something simple, nice. It means stupid. The word nice means stupid, but they went back in there and they made the word kind. It meant stupid. That's what the word meant, okay? It meant stupid, all right? So what they have done on some of the things, because they know how to keep your energy low, they gave us words that kept us in low vibration. But see, that's not the case now. All of you that have a language that you are afraid of and you don't know what you're saying, or you can't figure out what you're saying, speak the damn language anyway. Eventually, you're going to get it's probably your pure language. Speak the language anyway. Eventually, you're going to get what the word is, what you're saying in those words. Go ahead on and speak it anyway, because that's better than not. Because when you're speaking words in English, you're actually speaking words, many of them, that we have not corrected in low vibration. Hey JT, how you doing? He said your voltage help lock you in a karma cycle because you agree energetically with whatever that person is doing. And Maria says, just like the word family, its root comes from slavery. It sure does. And it means this too. Clan. Who do you know use the word clan? The Ku Klux Klan. Kiran says the evil males are quizzy sandwich toast. They can't win a spiritual warfare against the matriarch goddesses anywhere. No, they can't. We're done with them. We're really done with them. You know, I tell y'all, they sit up above my apartment making that noise in the daytime because they hide in the clouds. And then when it gets dark, they come down and they circle. And I said to myself, it must be some powerful people over in my area because they circle this area every night, which lets me know they don't know what's going to take off. But see, they don't understand. We don't need guns. We don't need whatever they think they have in those drones. We could set that shit off. And they don't understand that. All we need is for the mother to go ahead and do her thing. Because she's aligning her children. When it talks about an army, we're the damn army. We went from the sky to the ground. We're on the ground now. Okay? We're sitting right here on the fucking ground and we're going to do what we got to do. Ooh, I just heard a big old boom there. We're going to do what we got to do. We on the ground. We're not up there in the sky. We down here now. They talk about the gods. We're the damn gods and the goddesses. That's who we are. And they going to see it. And I sure hope I live to see this shit finish. Because it makes no sense. It's so many good people down here. They worn. They tired. They just tired. They tired of the shit. It's so much mental health down here. It's unbelievable. When I look at the people in Hollywood and the rappers and stuff, I see them and when they come falling down, I know why. I know why they falling. That's why it's so many men out there that are homeless. They probably come from generations of males that did harm to the matriarchal system. You know, because I used to ask that question a long time ago. Why so many males are homeless? Where's the females? Are they out there prostituting? You know, but I do know this. Those ones that belong to the mother down here, if they hanging out with the rich folks, they hanging out with the rich folks for a purpose. But most of the ones down here belong to the mother. They're sick. They want to give up on life. They catching hell from relatives and shit. I know who they are. But hold your head up. Hold your head up. Hold your head up. It's gonna all come to a halt. Maria said, I just found out that the era never passed. ERA never passed. No, ERA. Because you got to understand the Constitution wasn't for the local people, Maria. The Constitution was for those that came in on the, what does they call it, the Mayflower? Those that came in on the Mayflower. They want you to think that the Mayflower was all Caucasians. Don't get it twisted. That was them goddamn Africans and them damn them ones that came from shit, I can't think, Russia, and them other ones came from that other location. Because all that was Africa. All of it. All of it, one name. And as they conquered, they changed it. So when people look up and look around, they can't figure out. Do you not know that the mother, the great mother, is smarter than your dumb asses? Do you not know it is the great mother that gives knowledge to the earth? It is the mother that gives knowledge to the power. I mean, it gives power to the knowledge. Are you serious? You have got to be kidding me. Yeah, they get paid more than men. And the saddest thing about it is that women need to stop disrespecting themselves. There are women out there that's disrespecting themselves. There should be no strip joints because that's pleasing to the males. That's wrong. That's disrespecting. They want you to disrespect your daughter, but they won't disrespect their daughter. Don't you know they have a country down here in Africa that when they have daughters, the daughters, this is, look it up. This is what they do. They open up the hymen. They also have males down here that what they do, they get and dig holes in the ground and they get naked and they call themselves sperm in the ground. What pisses me off is that these males think that the mother, and they try to give it a father. There's no goddamn father. They give the mother somebody to have sex with. She don't do sex. She don't do sex. Sex was a way to pass the germ to destroy the woman. Okay? It was given, it's there down here to destroy the woman. That's how the germ get in, through sex. I love me some people, but I was allergic to dick. I was allergic to dick because when I had sex, I got an infection. That's called being allergic to dick. But then I was labeled as a lesbian. I don't do vagina because it's the same as mine. It can't do nothing for me. But I don't care what people call me because they don't know that to be true. They make it up. When people, when you don't do things that people want you to do normally, then they have to give you a name. Let me see. Even my ex-husband called me a lesbian. I thought it was rather funny, but he kept giving me an infection. So if somebody keeps giving you an infection, what you gonna do? You gonna stop having sex with them, right? That's what you do. Okay, Maria says, yes, I fast. I don't have sex because that life forces belongs to me. Absolutely. Because our life force does belong to us. I am greedy with my life. You better be greedy because you know what? That's how you get all your downloads. My granddaughter is 25 years old. She's still a virgin. Okay. And when you don't have sex for a long period of time, guess what happened? You go back into that version. You know how you do that? All the males that you slept with, every person you ever slept with, has to be stripped away from you. And you do that through taking baths. You have to take spiritual baths to clean your vagina because that's the only way. There's no other way. Going to somebody's parlor, sitting on a damn egg or some shit that they tell you to sit on, that everybody else sit on, that they don't clean, that ain't gonna do it. You need to go home. And I listed one spiritual bath on one of the videos that I did. That'll tell you, you do that I do it every day. To this day, I do it. Because when you connect with people, you connect with their spirit. You can't get away from it because it's all around you, but you can clean it out of your aura. And spiritual bath is one of them to do that. And you find yourself sleep. If you have a problem sleeping at night, that's probably maybe one of the problems that you're having because you have other people's spirit connected to you. I promise you, if you try a spiritual bath, it makes a whole big difference. One old foolish girl called me a witch, but I'm saying to myself, you call me a witch for wanting myself to be clean. You got to be serious, but you almost 70 years old and you still having sex. You still got somebody playing in your stinking tail. It ain't never been a thing for me. Never. And I promise you, if you truly belong to the mother, two things are happening. The man that you have connected with, he's a spiritual man, and y'all together, or you by yourself. And if you by yourself, the mother prefer you by yourself because she can deal with you better. When you got a mate and that mate ain't on the same level that you on, it could be a little problem there. And I promise you, I love being by myself. Not that I don't love me. I love them. I told you I have a son. I had two. And there are things that this son and I talk about that my daughter and I don't talk about, you know, and we stay together. So uh let me tell you something. Let me stroll back up a little bit because I missed. Okay, what Maria said, yes, she fast. Interesting. Our life force does. Okay, I am greedy. Right, right. Spiritual cleansing. Can you put it in a chat about the spiritual cleansing bath you did? It's on the. If you go to Raquel, go to that video. That is spiritual cleansing. It's on that video. It's in that video, and I also put it underneath the video as well. So if you go to that video, then you see it. So Kiran says, I go to the beach for my cleansing. Okay. All right. 48, I stopped a little over 2 years ago. Okay. Sounds good. Full Abroad says, sometimes I feel like masturbation depletes the energy too. It does. Let me tell you something. I don't get it often, but every now and then I'll get a masturbation. And I promise you, it ain't nothing like having a sex with a male. It is so spiritual. It's unbelievable. But I don't get it often, but it happens. Because a lot of times when I do get the urge, I fight it and then it'll go away. But most of the time I fight the urge. For the people in the chat, I saw the video. Oh yeah, you sure did. You came in and you saw it. So what you got? Look up underneath the video, Raquel, and you'll see. I wrote it out, so you should be able to see it. It works pretty good. Took me a lot of reprogramming. Yeah, you have to. Yeah. Now the dreams. Did you see the video, Maria, about the succubus and incubus? If you saw the dream about incubus and succubus, I did that because when you go into your dreams, that's the real place. That's the real place. Whatever goes on into that dream world, that's the real place. So you better be very careful in there. If you're having sex in there or something trying to have sex with you in there, you better reject it, because if you don't, you're going to bring it into this environment, and then it's called succubus or incubus, and then when you have sex with somebody, it's going to keep transferring to different people, because that's what it does. And that's what you keep doing. You keep transferring it. So be careful when you guys go into the real world. When you close your eyes and go to sleep, you're in the fourth dimension. I hear people talk about the fifth dimension and sixth. When you hear people talk about they go to the fifth and sixth dimension, they're telling a lie. You can't. Nobody can go to the fifth dimension. You're going right up there to the fourth dimension. There's a magnetic field up there. Your ass can't go to the fifth dimension. And I hear people tell their stories, and they just be. It is amazing that the distance that people will go through to lie. Okay, so Raquel said, link the video. Oh, hold up. You trying to work me, Raquel? Hold on, girl. That's why I do the videos. I do the videos so y'all can do them, and I put all that information underneath the video, and you shouldn't have a problem. Let's see here. Oh, let's see. Uh, okay. All right. Here's the video, and underneath the video. Okay. Oh, I still got that playing. Okay. 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 All right. So underneath that video is the spiritual cleansing, and then go underneath the content. You see step by step what to use for your bath. Okay, so Fuller Broad said, Mr. What do you think about the idea that sexual energy is just energy that we feel in the sacred chakra? I've been wondering about that maybe energy. Okay, let me tell you about the sacral chakra. The only way you're going to get something good in that sacral chakra is that man is high up there in his energy. Now, I did have sex with this guy some time ago. Uh, it's been over 10 years now. He was a private eye, and he was a spiritual guy. And we had sex, and his energy was real good. And the energy he had on himself was a good energy. So therefore it wasn't gonna take from me. He wasn't a taker. He was a giver too. And then you got those that you may have sex with, they suck the energy. So in the sacral chakra area, it's just gonna make it worse. If you have sex with someone that have good energy, then it's going to add to your sacral chakra area, which is good. So you shouldn't have a problem there. But I just, I don't, if you're closer to 50, I don't encourage people to have sex. Young people going to do it regardless. Most of them, because they think that's the thing to do. But it's not the thing to do, because you have sex, you connect with that person. I've heard some women, they have to have a man. They have to have, I wouldn't want to have a man. I would want to have a highly spiritual man. And you know if he highly spiritual, because he gonna know if you are. A highly spiritual man is not gonna connect with a woman, just any kind of female. He's not gonna do that. He's gonna deal with a female that has energy on her. I mean, real good energy. Well, I'm glad that you're enjoying today, Miss Maria. You're contributing quite a bit. I love people that come in and contribute to the chat, because it's all of us have stuff to contribute, and I really do mean that. I don't have to talk. I've been talking all my damn life, and I don't have to talk. I can just let you guys talk and share. It's important. People should be. Is that we have to go back to the way things were, helping and sharing, and not looking to see if somebody trying to do me harm, or I'm going to do you harm. I do this. This is how I do things. If somebody hurt me, which they hurt me, and instead of blocking myself from others, saying I ain't going to do that shit no more and all that, I keep on doing it. And if that person hurt me, I just deal with them different. I don't close myself up to people. I still do the same thing. I still help people. I just, like y'all saw when I vented last week, I put that video up there about that one family, and I said what I had to say, and then I took it down. I said what I had to say because I wanted them to hear it, and then I took it down. I took it down for that purpose because people try to make you be like them. I'm not like nobody down here, and I ain't trying to make nobody be like me. I'm just trying to say, be you, but be the best of you. Be the best person that you can be in you. You know, you know what, Maria? I'm gonna talk a little bit about that masculine energy. She says I have strong masculine energy that shows a lot, but I feel that it protects me. It does protect you. That's the only way you're gonna get protection. Because when you're in your feminine energy, you are a nurturer. And for some people, you come across as weak and ignorant and naive and all that. And that's how you come across the masculine people that are not spiritual. That's, you come across as being weak, and you're not. So yes, to have your masculine energy, um, it does protect you. Some people call you mean, they'll call you crazy, uh, they'll call you evil, uh, all kinds of negative names, but that's okay. It's okay because it's all about what you need to be doing for you. Because if you don't pay attention what's good for you, ain't no damn body else is. Because I realized for all these years, and I'm 67 now, I've had so many takers and suckers and in my life, to all they did was drain, drain, drain. Even up to the other day. They don't want to provide nothing for you, but they want you to provide something always for them. Fool Abroad says, yes, we all have our own masculine energy that we can use to protect ourselves and manifest. Absolutely. We're supposed to be whole, both masculine and feminine. Yep. I know that, Maria. I know it's number 13. This has been some crazy year for me too. When I turned 67 last year, it has been off the chain. Yeah, I know. It's been off the chain. I've been cracking up too. And my name, Deborah, is 3. So I started at 3. 11. My master number is 11. But it's just funny because if you are a if you are a yeah, that's how you know. And that's the other thing that people don't realize. Numbers are, you got the double 11, 22. Numbers are the mother's. That's her language. They call it the angel language. The only angels that ever been was females. They gonna tell you they male. No, the only angels that ever been is females. Okay. Now, when you deal with certain energy in your life, it's you drawing that energy to you, whether it be positive, whether it be negative. You're drawing that energy. You know, you're doing that to yourself, and that's why it's important to stop being afraid of yourself. Your biggest enemy is inside of you, and it's called fear. Because when you have fear of things, that's when it comes in at you all the time until you get past that fear. You know. Uh-huh. The numbers are all up in there. And that's cool, Maria. That's cool. Yeah, those numbers are there. And that's what she does. The mother shows you how much she loves you so much. She gives you her ultimate attention in everything. And that's how you know. That's how I'm able to go and stand before 4,000 men and say, "What? Who's the? Y'all created the father. How you go from mother to father?" I call her mother and father, but I'm gonna stop calling her father. I'm just gonna call her mother, the great mother, because I see the feminine and masculine in myself. I know the feminine and masculine in myself. It's funny how they talked about the protons, the neutrons, and the electrons. The protons and the neutrons are together. You know what the protons and neutrons are? That's the mother and the daughter. Notice the electrons is outside of, because it's in the earth. It only operates in the earth. It can't go no further. Now, because you are a proton and a neutron, you can go past the earth, because the protons and neutrons are past the earth. It amazes me with these people. They twisted everything. Oh yeah. Yep. The it's the letter M, and it's mem in Hebrew. It's mem, they say it's 40. You notice, like, the reason why when you get to 40, when you get to the age 40, you come to, think about it. You come to your crossroad. You decide whether you're going to go left or you're going to go right. And then all of a sudden, the mother will place somebody at your crossroad in between it. And when she placed somebody in between your crossroad, you either going to go left or you're going to go right. And based on which direction you go to is the journey that you're going to have to take. And sometimes many people miss that road, and they take a different road. And when you take a different road, it's just going to take you a little bit longer to get to the journey that you need to get to. Takes time, depending on what, you know. But what I want to say about that is that the children of Israel, Isis Ra'el, the children of Israel was in the wilderness for 40 years. And then in the 40 years, that's when God spoke to talk to the children of Israel. That's you. She let you do all your craziness in the wilderness. By the way, is earth. That's what earth is. It's the wilderness. She let you do all your craziness up until 40 years old. And then when you get 40 years old, then it's time to make a decision. They have a guy in the Bible calls, I think his name is Hasaphat, something Hasaphat. Anyway, his name is the name is place of decision. Ain't none of them real people, but place of decision. And that's what happened. So the so-called Jews have something called the Jubilee. So it is set. Once you make a decision at your 40, in your 40s, by the time you turn 50, you now walking in your power. We all missed the boat, because ain't nobody down here walking in their power. The Jubilee is the actual 50th year. In our 50th year, we should have been walking in our power. And in that power, it does whatever it needs to do. If it needs to put you in healing, you heal. If it needs to put you in a brand new home, you got your brand new home. If it needs to put you in get you land, you got that land, that car, all those toys, because they nothing but toys. If you need a garden, you garden manifest. Everything that you want or desire was supposed to take place at age 50 because now you're in your power. We all missed it. We all missed it. But it's okay because they purposely, because we chose to listen to the literal part of our intellect. We chose to listen to our intellect because it's that intellect made us believe that we got time to play, and that the Bible was a literal book. We let our intellect, because intellect just it'll really mess you up. It will tell you things that are true that's not true. The story of the Jesus being in the cross and the two men on the two thieves are these visual lenses right here. That's the two thieves. The Jesus sets in the middle. That is your single eye. Not Jesus, but the Christ. That's your single eye. So your lenses are the things that keeps you from allowing you to see the Christ. But that's not the case today for many people, because what we're doing now, we're letting our eye, the real eye, the true eye. You ever seen that where they show little animals on TV? They call them cyclops, and they try to say that people were looking like cyclops back in the days with that eye in the middle. That was some bullshit. I mean, it is amazing how they have literally used symbolism down here in this earth. If you look all around you, you will see everything that they made it look like the penis and the vagina. Look around. All the doors is the opening of the vagina. Anything with a pole to it, the lamp pole, the golf ball, the golf ball is the ball on the penis. The golf stick is the penis. Excuse me. Everything looks like the vagina and the penis. As a matter of fact, the steeple of the church is the penis on top of it. If you don't believe me, that's the energy that's in them churches too. Sex, straight ass sex, straight sex. You know, but you have to raise your you have to say no to a whole lot of things. You have to give up a whole lot of things to get to your higher self. Oh, the quiz with the ball. I hadn't seen that one. I don't watch them shows. I watch movies that I think is going to have I like to see what them creepers is trying to put out there. So I'll watch some movies, but that's about it. Oh, it makes you laugh. Yeah, you can get a good old laugh every now and then now. Yeah, they'll make you laugh. What state are you in, Maria? Are you in America? Are you in a different country? Oh, you're in Cali. Okay. Oh, okay. So you it was about 147 there. Yeah, I love to see people that can come in the chat and just share what they know, because like I said, that's what I opened it up for. I opened this up. Okay, I opened this up for for share anything. That's what this is you can talk about anything in these type of videos, you know, rather than just having a long subject about one thing. It's I think it's better, to just JT says it has California has a lot of Asians and Indians. Yeah, I think that name Indian, I think they came up with that uh because I was just told that America is east. It's not west. Yeah, yeah, they say that Cali was Amazonian. What is the Cali, or I think she's like that. Yeah, but Alma is mother, and then Zion is son, Sun. And it's funny because the Amazon company, they actually did a symbol and they put the penis. They made it look like an arrow, but they put the penis on the damn Amazon as a symbol. Everything they tried to make everything sex. And one thing I never liked for a guy to call me. Uh, they love to say the words when I was younger. Hey, sexy, how you doing? I couldn't stand that word. Ooh, you would get some ugly words coming out my mouth when you call me sexy. No, the son is Sun. Zion is, and then Zion. Uh-huh. Yep. That's what it is. And you have to they yeah. I just I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. My ex-husband and our marriage was very, very low vibrational, very bad. And when I got a divorce from him, what happened was the mother kept sending marriage couples to me, marriage couples. And I'm like, why are you sending husband and wife to me? And so she kept me from becoming bitter, because I think if I had not been dealing with married couples, because I'm one of those person, I would listen to a love song in a minute back in the day growing up. And so I've always had this the Whispers did this song. I can't think of the name of it. The Whisper did this song, something about make believe love. And so I always would have a vision of what I want a man to be, but I was always a vision of what I wanted him to be. And so the Whisper did the song, and they would constantly say throughout the song, it's a make believe. And that's how I do it. But anyway, the couples would always come to me, and they kept me from being bitter. I went through a very angry stage, and then I got past that. It took some years, because we were married 20 something years. And then married couples kept on coming to me. And then I would just, it's funny, the mother had me counseling these couples. But it was all right. So when I hear a couple getting along and they happy and all that, I love that. That's like my make believe thing. Just because, and that's how I know it's the mother, because I would be bitter. I've met so many women that are bitter, and I've tried to help them, by sharing them my story or whatever, but they're not trying to hear that. And then they be unhappy. They're not happy for other people either. and I am. I'm happy. What I can't stand now, I still have a problem with it. When a man put his hand on a woman, ooh, I turn into a dragon then. Uh, Maria says marriage stems from Mar, which means sea, love the sea. I'm gonna make sure you must have the Black Law Dictionary, Maria. Seems like all, if not most, relationships in Black community are low vibrational. And listen, let me tell you something. Low vibrational marriages are everywhere now. They're not just in what you call Black communities. They're everywhere now. Um, I found out in some albino marriages, these males was causing their wives to take in a third person so he can sleep with them. Hell to the no, no, no. Okay, that's what I say. You ain't gonna outwardly screw somebody in my face. So that's against. And then I heard when I was listening to, and I know that's not true because most of the daughters, when you hear the word daughters of Zion, that's daughters of the sun. When you hear that, most of the daughters are virgins, and I'm going to have to put that parthenogenesis. You did y'all remember that, Fuda Bra? You remember that video that I put up called, parthenogenesis? I'm gonna have to put another one back up because, these guys, that's another thing that they laughing about is they're saying parthenogenesis didn't happen, and it did. You remember? Okay, good. Um, Parthenogenesis did happen, and, there are a lot of women that having tumors, and tumors are degenerate babies. They talk about the egg itself cannot be fertile without a man putting his sperm on. That is called bullshit. The eggs are already fertilized. All the man doing is adding his little sperm. The egg is already fertilized. Okay, it's already fertilized. They planning shit. They don't want people. See, they know that they are a broken X, and they got cute talking about we were XX, and the women were XX, and the men were XY. Get the fuck out of here. I had to laugh at that for a long time before I came out with the X and the Y. But that was funny. I know all about the school system, but I just went back to college and I am acing all my courses. But we need more people of color with good intentions up in good jobs. So I will keep you posted. Stay there. You need to know the bad and the good. They're just like you need to know the. Let me tell you, my grandbaby, I wanted to beat her up. I share everything with my grandkids. My oldest grandbaby is 25. She has a bachelor. She didn't get her, master's, but this chick, I was telling them things like I tell everybody, and she went to school, and I told her, I said, "Don't you say nothing to your professors or instructors about what I'm telling you." So she got cute one day, and so the professor started talking about something that I had already told her about, but he didn't finish telling the whole story. And so she went in and she finished the whole story for him. How about he gave her a real bad grade on that because of that? Because I know my granddaughter, she didn't tell me. I know my granddaughter told him, I know my grandmama know what she talking about. And I know she said something, but she didn't tell me that part. She left it out. But you cannot take this stuff to those instructors. What you do, you get that garbage they give you, and then you know the truth of what it is. and then you have to separate the truth from the evil shit, and then because it's going to help some other people. It's going to help some other people because we all are teachers. Once we come into the knowledge of truth, we all are teachers. It ain't no just no, you teach yourself and then you teach others. That's just it. Anybody. Now, and that's the power. Because only the power that has been given to that teacher is set to, that's what changes people, is the power. See, I know plenty of people out there that talked about Bobby Hemmett, and they talked about Bobby Hemmett, and he was just a genius and all that, but they're not changed people. Those guys are walking around calling females bitches and hoes and all that stuff. That's knowledge. There's no power there. Okay, when you're telling somebody you got to do uh, uh, libations and shit to the gods and this and that, you ain't got to do none of that. Okay, the most you may have to do is for yourself is maybe burn candles to get negative energy from around you. That's it. You ain't got to burn no candles trying to wish some harm and shit to somebody, because on you already carries. When people come messing with you and you're not messing with them, and they try to speak things against you and they try to do things to you, they setting themselves up. And then when shit happens to them, they'll go around telling people you're a witch. But you shouldn't have never messed with that person. We are not here to cause harm to people. We're here to help people. And so when you come up against us, you fucking yourself up. So why be stupid? But I spoke some things in some of the videos to let people know I know what you're doing. It's stupid because you're going to get double back what you're trying to give to me and other people. That's dumb to me, because all of those shit don't work no more. What you tried to send to people and what you try to do to people ain't going to work no more. So Raquel says parthenogenesis. Yes, I did a video on parthenogenesis a long time ago. And when I did that video, wasn't nobody talking about it, because I went looking. When nobody talking about parthenogenesis. They may have had a couple of videos out there about the animal being parthenogenesis, but the mother gave it to me and I put it out there, and I got all kinds of shit from that video. I didn't take it down for that reason. It's just that I wanted to play with what I learned in school. So y'all see I'll be doing them flip charts. So I didn't learn in school, but I learned and I played with them on Canva. I play with Canva. So Maria says, I am almost done with my AA. Okay. But I will be transferred for my BA and my master's. Okay. What's your major? And once I get a job with my master, I plan to. Okay. Are you studying psychology? They try and teach that monkey business, but I don't carry that gene. I am. Oh yeah. That is yeah, that. But do understand this: the human body, the body itself, does have animal in it. When it starts out the three, when Adam Adam is really Atom, and Atom, when it says Adam was naming the animals, the physical body does go through animal transformation. It starts out with a tadpole. That 3 months, it go through some stages. Yes, them 3 months. And then when the 3 months come in, it's the female. And then when the female comes in at 6 months, that's when they know if it's a boy. They'll pretend and lie to you and won't and act like they don't know what the gender of the baby. They know the gender of the baby because they told. The gender of the baby in the beginning is female, period. And so at 6 months, that's when they know. They don't know when it's going to turn into a male yet. but they will know and see it at 6 months. Okay. Electromagnetic field attraction and repels. How can we develop pathogens again? That I don't know. I don't know. All I know, food abroad, is that we're going backwards. We're going backwards. Think about the clock. Look at the clock. You got two hands on the clock and you got 12 points, right? You got 12 points. And when it gets to the 12th point, what happens? It starts back over at 1, right? And then it goes around, goes all the way up to 12, and then it starts back at 1. That's how the earth is going. That's how the earth is going, and just going in circles, circle, circle, circle. So we're going backwards is what we're doing. And so how far backwards we're going to go, I do know we're going to go back to the matriarchals. I knew that from the time when they put Obama in office, I knew we was in Egypt. You know, the pharaohs was not men. They were all women. Pharaoh meant high house. High house. It meant, let's see, Paroh. Is that it? Pharaoh. Well, if I didn't spell it right, y'all can spell it. It means high house. Okay, there was a period that men had no inheritance. All the inheritance went to the women. That's why when they came up with this goddamn the men or the inheritance of shit, right? They copied everything from the matriarchals. They copied, but they did it wrong. They mistreated. The matriarchals didn't mistreat them, but they mistreated the matriarchals. So what they did, the heritage, land heritages, or anything that went to the daughter. Okay. And so they want you to think that the pharaohs were men. There were no men pharaohs. They were all women. Now what they did when they came up with the goddamn kings, I think they pretended it was 18 kings. They came out with the kings. And so that's what they shit was. Okay. Yes, exercise. Oh yes, the lineage comes from the mother. They didn't want to put the number 13 on the clock. So they listen. When I was growing up, this is how the numbers were. And it's funny because I remember it. I remember a lot of shit. It's funny. That's how the numbers were. And that's how I saw numbers for a long time. And then all of a sudden, that zero disappeared. And then they put the number 10 in there. They put the number 10 in there. Yeah, they keep the zero out, but that's the beginning point. Zero is the beginning point because the zero represents the mother. They can't keep her out now because that's the beginning point. That's where everything came from. Everything came from the zero, from the O, from what they call nothing. That's called that's called that. I probably spelled it wrong, but it's infinite. That's why. Let me see how good y'all are. That's where they came up with the name. But we know X represents what they're saying, we know X represent the woman, and we know that finite means not. We know finite means the opposite of infinite. Okay, but we also know what they're saying, X the finite. In other words, they're saying get rid of us. That's why they call it finite. Xfinity. X us. Fuck us. That's what they saying. But we know what it means. And then this right here, I always say this. That's what I always say. They got they got things all around us. Everything is symbolism, and it's all around. Anything that you watch on TV, all the names that you see, the company names, right down to the service stations, they all that is symbolism, all of it, every bit of it. You know, they didn't leave nothing out. They made fun of like you see that right there. It says Yahoo, but it means that Yahoo. And it's funny because they used to use that. And so let's see. And it's funny, um they were calling that title at one point Jabalon. And all they've done is taken names and put them together and just want to make you crazy, you know. But this is what ISIS mean. And I can't put it out there enough. So ISIS means that, and Ra means mind, and then L, I always said the element, but all of that is you. So Isis Ra El is the children of the creatress. That's all that is. And it's the same thing with I did a video on there where it talks about, yeah, El Saturn, that's her too. Saturn is her too. And it's funny because they if anybody remember close to my age, Aquarius used to be the woman pouring the water. They had the pail pouring the water. Remember that? Anybody? It had the woman had the pail of water and she was pouring it. Now for the symbol of Aquarius, they have the male pouring that has the pail of water pouring it. Yes, it was a woman. Sure was. And so also the other thing, yeah, and then let me tell you, and then they had the nerve to put it in the book of Matthew. Somewhere in the book of Matthew, Jesus told his disciples that they're gonna come to a man with the they're gonna come to a man. Let me see, can I tell you, man in Bible. Okay. So let me see if I can put this in here. Let's see. I probably ain't gonna be able to put it all in there. They don't give you a whole lot of lines. Let's see. Copy. Oh shoot. It won't let me do that either. So I'm gonna have to take some out and delete it. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. But in they so terrible. They put it actually in the Bible. Yeah, they put it in the Bible that Jesus telling his disciples when they gonna get to some man with a pitcher of water to follow him. The man with the pitcher of water is the representation of Aquarius. Yep. And so that's hmm so I'm putting together. I couldn't find my old notes on parthenogens, so I have to kind of do it from my head. Um, I'm putting together some flip charts on parthenogens. I thought I had my notes. I can't find my notes. Maybe I'll find it. I had some really good notes on parthenogenesis. But what I was going to say about parthenogenesis, um, I said that the undeveloped uh, uh, the tumors are actually undeveloped eggs, undeveloped babies. But yeah, the eggs are already fertile. They already fertile. It's like if you ever shot pool, when you touch the ball, when it comes into the fallopian tube, and then it's about ready to start developing. They know that. Doctors knows that. They just they think ain't nobody gonna know that. It just that I had a real good doctor friend that didn't give a damn. She didn't care nothing about nothing. She passed now though, but she told me a few things, and that's how I know. And it was amazing because the great mother always would set me in front of people's face that wasn't supposed to tell me things because I wasn't a part of the Masonic order. I wasn't fraternity. I mean sorority, so I wasn't supposed to know. But the Most High put me in places to know what I know, and then there are things that the Most High downloaded to me, and I tell you, it because that's how you know what you're called to do. Like the Most High told me that I want to share. I'm not sharing this in pride and arrogance. I'm sharing you this because maybe some of you will remember. When I was a child, I always desired to be a judge and a teacher. So I told this story 2 times, I think. And so when I became a teenager, I cut classes. And I used to go to the courtroom and sit in the courtroom and listen to the arguments. I always liked the jury trials for some reason. So I sit in there and listen to all that. And they would literally be sending innocent people to prison. So I learned from there that just because they're the majority, don't make it right, don't make them right. So I learned that from a teenager. But so I kept desiring to be a judge. So I went to school. When I went to school, I went to school to become a. I didn't go into teaching, and I didn't go into trying to be a judge, but I wound up doing graphic arts. My major was graphic arts, and so um, what happened was the spirit took me back to the Bible and told me what Deborah was. Deborah was a judge, and Deborah was a teacher, and she was a prophetess in the Bible. Uh, and so the Most High had me to remember that. And so I started looking at things, and I realized, yeah, you are a judge. You judge between right and wrong. That's one thing that you do. And teacher, you teach all the time. And so that was the other thing. And prophetess, you say things that come to pass. And so I've been doing it all along. But I was looking to get into the judge, what they have as judge or what they have as teacher. And it didn't happen that way. So I said all that to say, pay attention to what is it. Have you been doing what you're supposed to have been doing? Supposed to do. You have to pay attention. I think it starts when you're a child. The desire, it starts when you're a child. Oh, and also when I was a young adult, I had a dream, and this black lady came to me. She was a black lady. I don't like using that word, but anyway, she came to me and she said, you know what your calling is? And I said, no. And then she said, you are a teacher. And so I think I was under 25. And so, and I never stopped searching. I never stopped reading the Bible, because during that time I was into reading the Bible. I was a literal reader. And then all of a sudden this Masonic shit started coming to me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I don't know nothing about this. But then it started showing me in the Bible the brotherhood. I said, you mean to tell me I have been looking at the brotherhood all the time and didn't know they were talking about them? So anyway, the brotherhood runs from the beginning of the Bible all the way to the end of it. They wrote it. The Essenes. They wrote it. They wrote that. And the first book was the Coptic Bible. And they wrote it. That was the Ethiopians. They were the first brotherhood. So yeah. Oh, did you learn through slavery? Learn slavery through the Bible. But let me tell you something. All those words that said that, so you know what, that's not the creator saying that shit. That's somebody else saying that shit. That's the other thing. When you read the Bible literally and you giving eye contact to it, and you're thinking that you're calling God the Most High the shepherd. You're talking about, you know who you're giving energy to? You're giving energy to the wrong people. That's what I meant to talk about in the Bible, here too. You have to be very, when you saying God, when you saying Lord. Kings was called lords. They're called that way today. The Savior is the president. That's who was the president then. You got to be very, 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 when you read in that Bible, you got to know them words. Be very careful, because you give energy to that you read. So you can't do that no more, because we're not trying to keep them in the places they're in. We want them to come down. We want them to come down and come out because they ain't gonna do right. They don't want to do right. How you gonna take and give money to Ukraine, which is Russia, and then you got people living on the streets here in America, and them very same people are people that pay taxes, and you gonna take money and give it to Ukraine? You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. And then you have the nerve to take people like my ancestors that was here in America. You take their land and you take their resources, and you won't give us reparation, and you give it to what you call the 5 civilized tribes. Those people wasn't here. And you think we don't know what you did? You can't stay. Oh no, you trying to make too much work for me, Raquel. You gonna have to do some work too now. You gonna have to do some work. So Maria saying, "God, we trust." Yeah, in that, right on that dollar bill, that would be them. So every time you saying, "In God we trust," you calling them the God, and you saying you trust them. No, we don't. We don't trust them. Yes, on the dollar bill. And then on the $20 bill, if you take the $20 bill and fold it a certain way, you're going to get some real ugly looking thing. And I assure you, it ain't something you want to see at night. Well, people don't realize that stocks and bonds are people. They don't realize, they want you to think that they're no longer tied to Britain, but they are. The queen herself has jurisdiction right here in America. They talk about the ley lines. The ley lines are the vortexes here in America. You got ley lines all over the place here in America. Those are your synergy blocks, your energy blocks, I meant. Yeah, people are the stock. Yeah, it's gonna take it's all right, Raquel. It's just that we've been doing this a long time. Long time. I have a hit me up, Maria, in my email. I have a because I can't put it here, but I put my email up it's underneath this. It's on this video. Hit me up and I will send you. There's a guy that talks about the cattle, and he talks about the people that was put in slavery first. He talks about it was the Abians that was put in slavery first, and then the African put their own people in slavery. And so the people that was found here in America, they were prisoners of wars. They were not slaves, they were prisoners of wars. African people brought their own slaves to America. So Plymouth, when they said they landed on Plymouth Rock, a lot of people don't know that the first black president was Hanson. He was the first black president. He was president of continent. There were 7 of them. They were black. They were from Africa. You see, but they try to cover that up so you won't know. So, and then in 1776, George Washington was mulatto. He was part. No, ain't no George. His name was Hanson. His name was John. I had that video up too. I took it down. His name was John Hanson. When you look it up, they're gonna say he's from Liberia and he was something else, but he was the first black president, and he was the president of continent. This was called continent first. And then there were 7 black presidents after him. He was on the $2 bill. He was the president on the $2 bill. He was on the black. That's why they took the $2 bill out of circulation. I had one for a long time and then I got rid of it. But in 1776, they want you to think that George Washington was the first president. He was not. Okay, he was the first president of the United States. There's a big difference between the president of continent and president of United States. He was the president of he was the first president of the United States. Okay? Yeah. They made treaties. They made lots of treaties. So John Hanson, they was Africans. You may find something on it, you may not. Yeah, it was 8 of them, a total of 8, including John Hanson. But if you go looking up president of the United States, looking for John Hanson, you ain't gonna find him. Because he wasn't a president of the United States. He was president. He wasn't. He became the president of continent. Yeah, he president of continent. He was a MOOR. Lincoln was a MOOR. President Lincoln, excuse me, he was a MOOR. He was mixed. George Washington was mixed. If you go back and look at the Kennedy boys, yeah, I knew they were gonna put that shit. I told you that. I told you they were gonna put him in there as Liberian. But he may have came from Liberia, but he was president of the continent right here in America. Lincoln was it was funny because the Bible, it talks about Abraham in the Bible married his sister Sarah, and when you go and look at President Abraham Lincoln, he had a sister named Sarah. Go look that shit up. That's why I know they put this Bible together here in America. They tried to make us think that they because all the locations, and I did a video on that. All the locations that they have in the Bible, they right here in America. Those locations are. And I even added a listing of the locations here. You know, and but you know, they don't want you to. They trying their best to hide all that shit. I'm talking about them so-called black folks. They trying their best to hide from Africa. They trying their best to hide with all the shit they did. But they want us to. I look at them when I go and I try to support them. Have tried to support them. They want your money, but they don't want you. They show very uncaring. I won't say hatred, but they show uncaring ways. That's what I get from them when I go purchase stuff from their stores that was given to them through treaties. Because it's clear that they're not, you know, they hadn't been here long. Oh, there was a John Hanson from back in the 90s. Ain't that something? But yeah, that particular John Hanson was back in he's in the 1700s. Because they didn't start you got to remember, those avions were brought here by the Africans. They were brought here and they took over. Georgia was named after King George. They tried to tell me that Georgia was named after some old girl some old man's daughter. I'm like, bullshitter. That's what I said, bullshitter. And then they have another place here. Who is it? Macon? Not Macon. No, my brother lives there. Augustus. Augusta. Augusta is named after King George's sister. Her name was Augustus. Um, then you got Virginia. You got Jamestown. Jamestown supposed to be named after King James. All them jokers was here in America. Yeah. John Hanson was a Moor. See, Moses, the name Moses, I didn't get Moses. See, all the names in the Bible that they have, they wasn't real people. But it's like they had a story that used to come on. It was called Dragnet. And Dragnet was a little mini series that came on for about 30 minutes that they concealed the names to hide the identity of the people. That's how I feel about the Bible. They they concealed the name to hide the identity of people, but they gave it away because the names, when you start seeing the characteristic, then you can find the damn name of the people because they don't make it so difficult for you to find it. Or maybe I should just give it all to the Great Mother because it's easy to find. Yes, it's just different names, and that's what they've done to this crap, you know. But anyway, good people, I gotta go. It's been real. I enjoyed you. I'm going to put a couple of things underneath this video. Uh, oh, okay. They may have created that book in 1990s. So that's a backup lie because they don't want people to know John Hanson was they don't want John Hanson, don't want you to know that John Hanson was the president of the continent. So they may have created that book. Like now they have, like I have Webster. Webster was created in the 1800s, 1828. You can also get Webster on the internet. They have a soft copy of it on the internet too. I put it under one of them videos, maybe under some words that I mentioned words, but I try to put stuff under there that maybe you guys can read. So you might want to pay attention to stuff that I put underneath the video. If I don't put it on right after I get off the video, I'll at least have it on there before the next day come in. Because sometimes I have to find stuff where I put it. But I enjoyed you guys. I appreciate you. So y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. And thanks for coming on and bring others. So what I'm going to do, is just try to come in on Saturday. It seemed like maybe that's the mother doing that because 2 Sundays in a row, I got disconnected. Maybe it's the mother. Maybe she wants me to come in on Saturday. Okay. So, all right, guys. Take care.